morning. My name is Shannon. What's yours?
Evan,
What can I get for you?
can I do a venti coffee with half and half and 3 Splenda, please?
All right, here you go.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
All right, you too. All right, time to hit the road. Here we go, enough dilly-dallying. All right, so today's a little bit different. As you can see, we're not in my studio, we're not in my office. We are in the car, and we are off to Stagecoach to shoot with Bud Light. Very excited to be doing this. I have never been to Stagecoach. I've never been to like Coachella or any of those like multi-day festivals. I really have never attended any of them. Now is the first. I get to go to Stagecoach. So Bud Light has an activation out there. They're gonna have me shoot photos in there. They're gonna have me shoot some things with some talent, some social content, which is all right up my alley. So very excited for that. And I'm gonna take everybody along for the ride as I can basically to show how it is shooting for brands at something like this, like a Stagecoach. Now you might be asking yourself like, oh, how did I get this? And the truth is, it's all through word of mouth. The word of mouth came from when I did a shoot back last year with Gatorade, and I've worked with them, I think 2 times now, and it was for another kind of event based, and it was for Player of the Year with one of them, and then I did another shoot with them for something else. So then I got referred to people at Bud Light. So it's good to know, like in all of these different scenarios that you might think are like cool events or not so cool events or whatever the case may be, people network, people know each other, people talk. So always put your best foot forward. If you're gonna say yes to a job, do the job. Like that's just rule number 1. Go into a job and you're like, you know, I don't really want to do this. Maybe the rate's not the right rate, or you're like, I've been there, done that. It's whatever. It literally only takes one time to make a difference. One time for them to talk good about you, or one time to say a lot of bad things about you and you'll never hear from them again. Take it to the bank. I swear by that. You gotta remember, these people that are putting on these events or working with these brands, like this is their everyday. They can feel over it. They can feel that, oh man, thank God this event is here and I'm just gonna have to get through this because it's gonna be tiring. They get to do that. Don't let that infect your brain and make you feel like you're able to have that same mentality. You still need to be enthused. This is day 1 for you. Every event, I don't care if you've been there 10 times and you're going to shoot with a brand, it's day 1. You're excited. First day of school, you're going there, you're like, fuck yeah, I'm pumped up. I'm gonna do the best job possible. You need this, I got you, whatever you want. I'm gonna make your life easier. It's that simple. Back to the topic at hand, going out to Stagecoach, Bud Light. I got about a 2.5 hour drive out to Indio. We'll get there. I'll give you the rundown of gear once I get to the hotel and kind of show you what the plan is for the 3 days we'll be shooting. And then I'll give you kind of like a play-by-play. All right, let's do this, baby. Also terrible at directions, so I'll probably get lost. So a 2.5 hour drive ends up being like 3 hour drive, 4 hours. Fuck, I just spilled on myself. Ah, dang it. Not on my fake suede. So here's some other, I guess since we just have time, I'll just kind of talk. Here's something else that I think is good to know. Let's say you want to get into brand photography or brand videography for these types of events of Coachella, Stagecoach, Formula 1, because you're a fan, because it would just be super cool, or you're a fan of the brand, fan of the event, whatever the case may be. Brands want to see what work you have. Even for someone like me, I've been doing this for a long time now, and I work in many different areas in product photography, portrait, lifestyle, video, commercial directing. I got my hands in a lot of different buckets. But even for me, you know, when Bud Light reaches out, they go, you know, this is what we have. We're interested in working with you, but it's not a for sure thing. It's not something that's like, yeah, you got it. Just how you doing? This is what it is, and you're hired. It's still kind of a bidding process in a sense. This one wasn't as complicated as some other ones I've done, but they do still want to see a book of work that's something similar that you've done, something that shows that you're going to be reliable, that you know how to take a good photo, that you have the right gear, all of those things. And then you have to tackle things like usage and what that looks like. I like to keep things really simple, and I don't want to mess things up because of like the usage issues. And don't get me wrong, it is very important telling everybody to go and just give perpetuity out. But I have found in my personal experience for events, it is a great way just to make things easier for brands. When they talk about usage, you know, let them lead the conversation. Let them tell you what they're thinking. Let them feel it out, because you don't want to lose a job because you're asking for an extra $500 for some usage or something like that for a photo or placement. To me, it's all about brand relationships. And this is just what I personally believe. I know there's a lot of photographers and videographers and other creators out there that will say very differently, and they're like, well, you're missing out on money, or you're lowering the rate for the rest of us. And it's just kind of like, there's a million events. There's a million different types of photos. There's gonna be ones that are gonna be big budget and small budget, and you just have to use your best judgment. If you really wanna do something and you wanna get your foot in the door, you know, make it easier for them. Once you're established, once you're able to really call the shots and be able to say, you know, this is what I need, this is what I want, then it's your time to, you know, put your foot down and say, this is what I need if you want me to work with you for whatever the usage or whatever that looks like. But back to having a book of work, the resume, just make sure you have things that show that you have the right skill set for the job. If you get reached out for a job and you don't have that ready, and you aren't at least able to put something together that shows that, guess what, I'm somewhat competent in what I do and I've shot something like this, most likely you're not going to get the job. Also, this is key. When I was younger, and I still do it, I fall victim to it, but when you're sending over your work, send the brand the best and make it specific for them. Don't send everything. Showing everything shows that you're not sure of what they want. They want to know that you get it. Like, you shoot a concert, don't show them all the blurry ones, or show them the ones that just kind of show, you know, a little bit of a vibe. Maybe have one or two vibe ones, but then have your hero one, your stadium shot, maybe your wide, your close-up, your macro, whatever it is. Like, you have your moments that you're almost telling a story from the portfolio that you're showing them. Keep that in mind. It is very easy to just go, oh, here's my portfolio, here's a book of work that I have. They get lost in it. They want to see exactly what you'd be able to do. That's another big piece of advice. You know what, I'm just gonna keep on driving. I'll see you at the hotel. Boom. Actually, no, I'm probably gonna see you before then. I don't know. Oh, I haven't seen this hotel that they got for us yet, actually. So I'm excited to see that. Palm Springs, I think it's in Palm Springs. Oh, I will say this though, Palm Springs, you're looking for a good burger, Heyday Burger. Ooh, best burger I've ever had. Heyday Burger, #1, for sure. In Palm Springs, go there, so good. Smash burgers, the bun is just like nice and soft. The meat is juicy, but it's that thin, so it has a little bit of that crisp to it. And then it's good cheese. Oh, so good. Try it. Now I'm hungry. Look, the fact of the matter is, I'm really excited to work with Bud Light. It's a brand that I'm very familiar with. Alright, so we're about 30 minutes out here. Gonna see what the hotel looks like, get settled in, probably get all my gear on charge, and then I know we're meeting in the lobby at 1:30. We're gonna go do a scout, we're gonna check out the venue, we're gonna get our passes, kind of see the whole setup, see the back of house, and get a game plan going. I also realized that I talked about my favorite burger spot ever, and it's in Palm Springs, and I'm in freaking Palm Springs. So you better believe I'm going to Heyday before I leave here. Best burger. So good. Oh shit, I missed my turn. Left in here. I do not see a hotel. Oh, there it is. I see it. Woohoo! Got him. Royal Sun, baby. Here we are. We're here. First things first, I'm gonna get everything on charge. So I got my Leica batteries charging over here by the sink. I literally use like every single outlet that I can find. I got Profoto lights, being charged. I got Sony batteries being charged. I got more Sony batteries being charged. This is probably where I'll have my workstation set up. I'm literally just kind of tossing everything on the bed. Got my Leica that I'm excited to be using on this trip. Sony's gonna be my workhorse, but Leica, I'm gonna try it out. I also got a brand new light for it as well. A little on-camera flash, concert photography. That looks really cool. So I'm excited to use that. Never used this one before. Okay, so we got here. Today's our scout day. I got about an hour and a half before I have to meet the rest of the team. So I'm gonna go for a run before I have to do any actual work. All right, quick run. Now we're back. Time to take a shower and go to scout. That was almost a match cut, but maybe not. Now off to the scout. Let's do this. Yeah. Also got my cowboy boots on. Bam, bam. Stagecoach, baby. Let's go, day one. Actually, scout day. All right, it's Friday morning. It's just after 6 a.m. Before I can start my day at Stagecoach, I actually have a meeting with the drink. Oh, there goes my alarm. I'm already awake. I win. I have a meeting with but they're based in Madrid, so I have to have a call super early. Their agency is based in Madrid, not the company itself. And the shoot is out in Madrid, and time differences, we have to have a call super early. So I'm going over my presentation deck. I built a treatment for them, and it's been a process maybe about 3 weeks going on now. And now I'm actually talking to the client and the agency to present my ideas, and if they like them, they book me for the job. This is just kind of one of those pieces that doesn't really get seen out there too much, of like the treatment builds and what those meetings look like, the early mornings, late nights, if you're doing anything international. I would be really excited for this shoot because it would be my first international photography, product photography gig. And yeah, it's very, very exciting. It's a long shot because there's a lot of other photographers considered for this one that are based in Madrid and Europe in general. They'd have to travel me more than most. But right now I'm going over the deck to make sure I'm prepared, so I don't sound like I currently sound to you all. Let's take a look at this and get ready for my presentation. Alrighty, it's time for the call. I'm gonna put on a different shirt so I look a bit more presentable than I do right now. Maybe throw on a hat. All right, wish me luck. All right, day one of Stagecoach. Yesterday was Scout Day. Today's a brand new day. Now we gotta pack up, get ready to go. I'm gonna go through all my gear, and hopefully we get some great stuff today. First up, we have the Sony a7R5, and we are gonna be putting an on-camera flash. This is the ProPhoto A10, and we have our vertical grip so that our batteries don't run out, or at least take a lot longer to run out. We have a 16-35 lens. We have our 14mm lens. That's gonna be cool for those stage shots, get a little bit more of a distorted look, wide angle. Then we have a 24 that I love. I don't know if I'm gonna bring the 24 just because I have the 14, I have a 24-70, but we'll see. Maybe I'll bring it just in case. And then this is probably gonna be the lens I live on for the most part of the day. It's a 24-70. Also, I have my ProPhoto trigger that's gonna go on my camera if I wanna do some off-camera flash stuff, which is really nice if I go handheld with the ProPhoto light, and then I can have like hold the ProPhoto light like this and aim it a little bit more, direct if I want to. Then as my backup camera, and more of a nice to have, not even like a backup camera, because my true backup camera is my a7R4 that I also am bringing. But I have my Leica Q3 that I'm gonna play with today, and I have a little on-camera flash that I got. I'm gonna take my Pelican case, have my backpack. I'll leave that probably in our kind of production vehicle that we have, and then walk around with my backpack and the cameras and get some cool stuff. But check out all these wristbands. Basically gets me anywhere I want to in the festival. Heck yeah. I'm gonna be on stage with the band today. All right, I didn't bring my microphone while I was running because I figured that was kind of weird, but I'm also holding a camera while I'm running, so it's even more weird. So yeah, I need to get over it, but I hate doing this kind of stuff, like vlogging with a camera as I'm out and about. I like to keep it hidden, but hey, it's the first day for everything. All right, well, I was just thinking, you know, as I'm running, whew, I gotta stop. Whew. One day I'll be able to run and talk at the same time. I used to be able to do it, not anymore. I'm looking forward to today because one, I get to work with Moonlight, which he had that kind of breakout song, Freebird by Leonard Skynyrd, that he remixed and made into more of like a DJ set. That's awesome because I've used that song maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4 times in my videos. So we get to work with him. But I was talking with the client and they were like, we're open to interesting angles. We're open to, you know, fun ideas. And I think that is such a key component when you're working with your clients, whether it's a big brand, small brand, medium size, to get a good understanding of what expectations are, what room there is to, you know, explore what you're able to create. Because a lot of times you go into shoots and you have a very strict briefing, especially with a big brand like Bud Light. But they seem super, you know, open to explore different ideas that can take their content to a different level and not just recycle the same old stuff. So I really, really appreciate it. And I think it's gonna be a fun shoot day because of it. But my recommendation for all of you is to, when you do get a shoot like this, maybe it's your first time working with a client, ask them, hey, what do you like? Do you want fun angles? Do you want a little distortion? Do you want it to be a little bit more manicured and put together and polished? Do you want it to feel more authentic? Do you want it to feel lo-fi? You know, get on a good page with them and bring it up organically. I think that's the big thing. If you just start bombarding them with questions, it shows that you don't have a good understanding of what the brand is. But if you come in with a little bit of a game plan, say, hey, I noticed you did this. You know, it'd be really cool if we tried, you know, this other way. And it might elevate that existing shot or may bring new life to your product in a certain way. But I think that's really important when you are working with clients. Oh, look at that. That's sweet. It's a beautiful day for Stagecoach. Could really use a Bud Light right now. Dang. All right, that was a quick 4 miles. Nothing too crazy. Gonna head back to the hotel room. We'll pack up and then we'll get ready to go. Hopefully I can capture some footage while I'm out there, but I don't know. They may not let me bring this in. If not, I'm just gonna show some cool behind the scenes shots that we get and give you a kind of a rundown of how the day went. All right, time to pack up. Get all this stuff all put away. All right, we are packed up, we're ready to go. We have all our gear all set. I think there's some more stuff in the car that I have to transfer over to the van. But yeah, day one, Stagecoach. We're gonna have a great day. I'll see you guys when I get back. Boom. So, I didn't get that much footage from last night. There was a lot happening, a lot of scrambling to get everything that we need to get done for our specific setups with the different talent that we were working with at Bud Light. I mean, we got to work with some amazing talent. Like Tiger Lily Gold, might be my favorite new country band, sister duo. They're amazing, super nice. Alana Springsteen, again, super nice person, so talented. Nolene Hoffman, super cool as well. Got to work with her. And then Moonlight, like I actually didn't know who the artist was, Moonlight, but his song Freebird, I've used like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times in my own TikTok videos here and there. And he was cool as well. But got to work with all of them yesterday. But to be honest, we didn't wrap up until like midnight. I didn't get back home until almost 2 a.m. And yeah, I was just too tired to give a rundown of what happened that night. But it was a great night. Here are some shots from that. But now we are on to day 2. I still need to get ready. I've been actually working on Panda Express edits this morning. Now it's off to day 2. I'm about to go meet up with the crew. I got to get changed, ready to go back out there for another, day at war, so to speak. Weather doesn't seem too bad, so I'm sure we'll probably get another cool stuff. We got some cool people that we're working with again today. Looking forward to it. So we're going to get ready, day 2 of it, and go meet up with the rest of the crew. We got to make our way over to the venue. I got about 15 minutes to get ready. And yeah, we're about to do it. Let's get packed up. Let's go. All right, we're ready to go. We have second day fit on. We're going to give the boots another try, see if I can make it through day 2 in them. But I was just thinking about it because we're about to go into day 2. It's going to be a very similar setup than we did day 1. And these are high stress, high intense moments when you do shoots like this. Like event photography, event work, social media content gathering, like it is not, you get to go to an event and then you're just like there to just enjoy it. You're constantly doing something. You're constantly looking for an opportunity to capture a moment for the brand or create a moment for a brand. And then when it comes to working with the talent, you usually only get a finite amount of time with them. In total, each one of the talent that I worked with yesterday, I don't think I got more than 15 minutes, if that, with each one of them. And I have to have the light set up, the camera's ready to go, everything's formatted, everything's, I'm not going to run out of batteries in that moment because that stuff happens when you've been shooting all day and then all of a sudden you go to take that photo with your talent that you've been waiting for and boom, your battery dies. So all of those things have to be thought about and you got to be ready to go on the fly. Then you have to deal with certain personalities that aren't as easy to work with. Now, yesterday was great because everybody was fantastic. There have been cases where some people just are more resistant than others. They don't want to work with you. They're over it. They're tired. They're, whatever. They got a bad night of sleep. For whatever reason, they make it harder. Your job as a photographer or a director or anybody that's going to be working with talent like that is to soften it. You have to take it in strides. You got to work with them. You got to bring out whatever you can out of it in that moment. Sometimes it's going to be near damn impossible. You have to at least try. And that's your job when you're with them. More than just taking the photo, more than just getting all the settings correct. It's what can I pull out of this moment that somebody else couldn't? And if you can figure that out, you're going to book a ton of jobs. Day 2, here we go. Another full day. Hopefully I grab some BTS. I'll be able to share all that. If anything, I'll be able to get you some cool photos at the end of this. All right, guys. All right, here we are. This is it for the Stagecoach experience. I can't even explain how tired I was after each one of the days. I wasn't even able to turn on the camera at the end of the day to be able to give a recap because it was just, we get home, 12, 1, 2. Yeah, it's a long day, these festival types of experiences, but they're super fun. I had a great time working with Bud Light. I got to work with incredible artists. Here are a few photos that I absolutely love. I also just got introduced to some incredible artists that I've never heard before. A few of my standouts were actually Tiger Lily Gold, John Morgan, George Burge, Brent. I can't remember Brent's last name, but Brent was amazing as well. I love this old school rock country. But all these artists were incredible. I loved working with each one of them. They're all super nice and easygoing because you never know when you get in a scenario like this. Sometimes artists can be difficult to work with, or celebrities, or the talent just in general. Whatever the case may be. In this case, every single one of them, awesome. Just great. But as you can tell, I have just ran myself ragged over the past few days. My voice is rough. My eyes are puffy. It's like 8:30 right now. I'm about to take off back to LA to gear up for some more shoots that we got coming up. I'll keep everybody up to date on the Madrid thing. If that happens, if it does, that'll be amazing. I feel like it's a long shot. But we'll see. We'll see if we get it. I'm not trying to get my hopes up here. We got some more shoots coming up. We got Madly shoot. We got Cupcake Wines. We have Jinx, a potential ship shoot. So a lot of stuff to cover in the coming days. As of right now, thank you all for watching this video. This is the first time that I've given more of a deep dive behind the scenes of what it looks like to be on set at these kind of bigger productions. In this case, it was a festival. And I'm hoping to do this a lot more and take you guys behind the scenes and see what it really looks like to be a part of a big production, whether it's event, commercial, photo shoot, whatever. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. And don't forget, like, subscribe, all that stuff. You know what to do. I really appreciate it. I gotta sneeze. There it is. And until next time, I'll see you then. Later.